A mindfulness game, I like to call it a game because that feels lighter and more playful to me, is what I call the versus game. What it is, I'll give you an example. So I had a client who came in a few weeks ago and she's really feeling challenged. She was feeling challenged that when her children go to their dad's house, the rules are very, very different. So there are no rules at dad's house apparently. And so the kids are not having to do chores, they're not having to clean up after themselves, they're not having to do any of that. So when the kids come back to mom's house, she's feeling like, this is so much harder for me. Now I have kids that don't expect to have to do chores and everything that I'm asking of them. It's feeling extra difficult. And she's feeling really resentful of the whole situation. So I said, let's for just a moment, let's play a versus game. We can have that thought process around that dynamic versus a different thought process. Let's look at it this way. The world is really challenging and hard. My kids have a lot of pressures on them like every other child in this world right now. So when they go to dad's house, they can relax a little more. They don't really have to do as much. There's just a little less pressure on them. So when they come to my house, mom's house, then they can feel like a little bit more ready to go and have the energy to do the chores or the things that mom wants to do. So it's a game we can play where we can decide, how do we want to look at this? And this game doesn't mean it applies to every situation in life, but it does give us a chance to pull back and say, is there a versus game that I could play here?